Oh, yeah, we got a groove going on here now. What is up, folks? What is going on? It's last minute betting. Oh, you know what? I was thinking about not doing this show today. Hey, he's not even here. I'm removing him. We're brought to you by OddsJam. OddsJam is the premier odds comparison company, okay? That means you can go there, find odds on all different kinds of plays and compare to other sports books and what have you. And don't forget, BetBucket, me and me right now. On fire, up 8 units through 5 days. 7-day free trial. Minus 1.98 yesterday, Mike. Let me tell you what I did here in just a second. All right, so I actually had the Sharks. I took them on the money line, and they bailed my ass out, or I would have been down 6 units last night.
Man, yeah. Yeah, definitely came through for you.
Justin's supposed to be here, but I guess he left us for a while.
He'll be back. Yeah. Well, and last night was a big night for underdogs in the NHL. Looking back, it. Anaheim was plus 300.
There he is.
Odds. You had San Jose plus 130. Washington was plus odds. You had the Blue Jackets plus 160 something odds. A lot of underdogs in the NHL last night that hit. So
Tristan's here. Late night NBA saved his butt, but the Sharks saved me from having a terrible night. But as I told Justin, because him and I were on the show last night because you so conveniently didn't decide to come in, we missed an opportunity last night. You know what that opportunity was? Why in the hell did we not hammer the Texans on the point spread? The Cowboys are terrible.
Yeah,
they're just absolutely terrible. And you know what? I was a dumbass too for putting together a parlay last night that had 2 Cowboys getting touchdowns.
Yeah,
what am I, stupid?
Yeah,
well, I mean, it was dumb. But
which Cowboys?
What do you mean? Oh, CeeDee Lamb was one. Hang on. I do need to point out something, though. I came this close to betting on Joe Mixon to have 2 touchdowns or more, and he gets 3. And by the way, he's looking pretty damn good out there. Over 100 yards rushing, 3 TDs. I'll tell you what, I can tell you a team that would love to have him right now. They reside in Cincinnati, Ohio, and they're called the Bengals. They'd love to have Joe Mixon right now.
Well, maybe over what they got, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely think so. And he's been a big boost and a big help for the Texans, because if you think about it, last night without Joe Mixon, that's a different type of game for Houston. Stroud doesn't even throw a touchdown pass. He actually has an interception. Without Mixon last night, heck, you probably lose that game. Honestly, you probably lose 10-0. I mean, he had all your touchdowns. You know, well, maybe they win off of field goals or something, I guess. But yeah, I mean, he saved them last night for sure against a bad Dallas team.
Yeah, I don't know what is going on with CJ Stroud. He looks nothing
doesn't look too good, does he?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't. I thought he was going to have a monster year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were thinking, wasn't it?
I regret drafting him in fantasy.
Yeah, I know. Let me just look at this real quick. Okay, so Mixon's played 8 games, all right? You got to remember, all the rest of the running backs have played 10 or 11. He's got 764 yards through 8 games, which is more than Kyron Williams has for the Rams through 10 games, or J.K. Dobbins through 11 games, or Najee Harris through 10 games, or James Conner, okay? almost as much as Josh Jacobs. But here is the key right here. He is, are you ready for this? He is one of only 5 running backs. Well, that's not a running back. That's a quarterback. That don't count. 4 running backs in the NFL that are in double digits in touchdowns. He has 10. Henry has 13. And we got 2 guys, James Cook and David Montgomery with 10. So you know what? That's pretty damn impressive. I believe Joe Mixon is earning his money. And you know what? I think he deserves an apology from you, Justin.
I ain't giving Joe Mixon no apology. For what? For what?
For dissing the guy, disrespecting his level of talent and his level of contributions to the team.
Come on, Bob, you know how this works, okay? You know, you promote a betting company, you bet regularly, we talk about sports. You know that this kind of stuff happens. You go by your evidence. Sometimes you're right, sometimes you're wrong. I did not think Joe Mixon would be this good this year based on evidence that he's.
But now that he is, can you take back the words that he's worth more than what you thought he was?
Well, when it comes to talking about sport, I'm thinking on a long-term trajectory. So do you think Joe Mixon will continue being this good for the Texans in 2-3 years from now?
Yeah, he's already had a pretty damn good career. It's not a bad career, okay? And
there's been some times where Joe Mixon has been pretty suspect.
If he stays healthy, he's going to get to 10,000 yards in his career. 10,000 yards, that's the kind of back he is, okay? Go down the list and look at the guys who had 10,000 yards. It's going to depend on whether he stays healthy or not, man. That's right. What it all boils down to.
There's a chance he may not because he is up there in age. So
okay, but still, you underestimated what he brought to the team. He brings more. Look, Joe Burrow is missing him bad. Mike, you come on, back me up here. Is Joe Burrow not missing Joe Mixon something fierce right now?
Oh, 100%. No 2 ways about it. I mean, you know, Cincinnati definitely could. I mean, Chase Brown has had moments where he's done okay, but I mean, he's definitely not the back Joe Mixon is in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I mean, they are missing Joe Mixon tremendously. And if we're going off of, you know, his career, when he's healthy, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I mean, you got to remember, he's coming off of a season where he had 9 touchdowns and over 1,000 yards rushing. Yep. That's pretty good. That's a good season for a running back. So this year, what's he doing this year? Right now, he's at 764, and he's got 10 touchdowns. He's already got one more touchdown that he had last year, and last year was a good year for him. The year before that, 7 touchdowns, 814 yards.
Right.
Okay, not as great. Guess what? Year before that, 1,200 yards and 13 touchdowns. I mean, Joe Mixon is definitely reliable, and there's not a lot of running backs that you would take over him in the NFL right now. There's
Mike,
just not. You couldn't name 8 of them. You know,
Mike, you remember when we used to do fantasy football?
Yes.
And when Joe Mixon came out, I drafted him the first year. Well, he didn't really do a whole lot that first year. And then either you or Randall or somebody drafted his ass the next year. And then
the second year he had a good year.
Yes. But
second year he was good, and then the third year he was pretty bad.
No, third year he had 1,100 yards. He just only had 5 touchdowns. But
well, that all 1,100. That all came. It was
the fourth year.
Well, yeah, the fourth year was also really bad.
But he only played 6 games. He was hurt.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
And then 1,200 after the season he got hurt. 1,200 yard and 13 touchdowns. So the year after he was hurt, he more than made up for it with 13 touchdowns and 1,200 yards. The next year, a little disappointing compared to what he did the year before, 807 touchdowns. But the next year, he bounces back. Last year, has over 1,000, 9 touchdowns. Really, there's only been a couple of if we're being honest, 2 seasons. His rookie year, because he played 14 games his rookie year, and his 4th year, where he only played 6 games.
But he really wasn't a feature back when in his rookie year, because who was the other guy that they had there? Gosh darn it. He was kind of a third down back.
Was it like Giovanni Bernard or something that, maybe?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, somebody like that.
Bottom line here, Justin, is the guy is, look, I saw they were 4th in 1 the other night. And instead of giving it to Mixon up the middle, they ran a play out to the outside. He almost scores a touchdown on that play. I didn't think he had the speed to get around the corner, okay? And I'm seeing him make moves to avoid being tackled that some of them I didn't know that he had, okay? Because I don't watch a lot of Bengals football. But this year, I've seen the Texans a lot. And you know what? Joe Mixon's a damn good back. And really, how's he not a top 5 back in the league this year?
Is he statistically? I don't know.
I mean, if he's not statistically a top 5 back, he's not far off. Right. That's for sure. But yeah, I mean, he has had. Now let's look at his receiving yards. 287 his rookie year, then 296, 287, 138, and then he jumped up to where he had 3 years in a row where he had over 300 yards receiving in a row. 314, 441, 376. He's at 203.
Go, Mike! You are making my point.
Yes, absolutely. Not a great running back. I wouldn't say great, like very, very good running back. Absolutely. I agree. I did agree. I don't think Joe Mixon has been as big a disappointment as maybe Justin thinks.
All right, let's go down the list here. We're going to take Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley over him, right?
Yes.
Okay.
For this year. This year. In other years,
maybe not.
Barkley's had disappointing seasons.
This year, Josh Jacobs? I'm thinking not.
No, absolutely not. Jacobs over.
Chubba Hubbard?
No, absolutely not. No.
Jahmyr Gibbs. It's a split.
I would. Yes. I would.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
Especially for the long term, too.
What about Bijan Robinson?
I think I'm going with Mixon over Bijan this year.
And Alvin Kamara?
No, give me Mixon.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Alvin Kamara's dust.
And what about Kyron Williams?
No, I'm taking Mixon as well.
Dobbins?
Probably Mixon, yeah.
Probably Mixon.
Najee Harris?
Mixon. Probably taking Mixon.
Okay. So you won't take. You're basically saying that Derrick Henry, Saquon Barkley, and Jahmyr Gibbs are better. They're your top 3, and then Joe.
Probably
Mixon.
So. I would agree with Gibbs just because you got to figure he would get all the workload if he's somewhere else. Whereas with Detroit, splitting it with Montgomery is really helped both of them, tremendously. And why not? Why not utilize them both like they have?
Speaking of that, who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl now, right?
Probably Detroit.
The Lions,
Yep.
I would say Detroit.
Changed after Sunday. They are now numero uno, followed by the Chiefs and the Bills. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Let me respond quickly to that soliloquy of yours.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Bob, to be honest, when it comes to Joe Mixon talk, I really do not care that much. Okay. Joe Mixon is not going to make the Houston Texans a Super Bowl contender. Okay.
Oh, I beg to differ.
No.
He's already doing it.
Okay, can they win the Super Bowl with CJ Stroud playing like this? And they don't have Stephon Diggs also. That's also one of the big reasons why we was like, okay, maybe they can take a step forward.
Because Stroud has been underwhelming this year, that's the thing that's holding them back.
Yeah, that's
otherwise Mixon makes them an instant Super Bowl contender. Yes, if you get the production you're getting out of Mixon right now, and Stroud was what we thought he was, oh, absolutely, they're a contender for the Super Bowl. They were a contender heading into the season, even to some before they even got Mixon. So yeah, I think that's the only thing setting them back is Stroud's play. That's on Stroud.
Let me just share something with you. And you've heard me do it on here. Sometimes you just got to say, you know what? You're right. I was wrong.
Well,
he has. Yeah, I think he's acknowledged that.
I haven't heard it yet.
In terms of oh my God, in terms of predicting how good Joe Mixon has been this year, yeah, okay, I will give that to you, Bob. I'd like to think though I had the edge, but
you almost said it. You were that close to saying you went and then all she had to say was you're right and I was wrong.
Well, you won't admit that you were wrong and I was right about some things too. So I mean,
that is fair too.
Before. I have said that. You've never said that.
But that is a fair point because there's a lot of things that you threw at us that you have been very you said the same thing about Amari Cooper and the difference he was going to make for Buffalo. And now you're deciding that you may resort to, well, he probably helps them in film study. Really? That's what you know. That's
they
what you
like a different team since he got there.
What do you mean? They were winning. They were fine.
No, Josh Allen looks better. I think Cooper's.
He's not even playing though.
It doesn't matter. I think
they didn't even need him against Kansas City.
He's in that. He's in the huddle, even making
the best.
He's probably the one talking to Josh Allen in the headset, man.
He's not even. Okay, I take that back. He had 2 catches for 55 yards.
I'm joking. All right. Okay. He's hurt. I think when he's in there, he can make difference.
He's playing.
I don't think he's going to be a huge difference. I think it's just going to make the offense better, which is better for Josh Allen. Okay. Yeah. And you know what? If you were right and I was wrong, Mike, I'll say it right now. You were right. I was wrong. Wow. See how easy that is?
I said I gave it to you. I gave it to you. But
I didn't hear the I was wrong part.
Bob, you never answered this.
What?
Kristen wants to know what do you think about Panthers Jets over 1
I said yes.
Oh.
I pulled it up and said yes.
Okay.
There was evidence about Joe Mixon maybe being on the decline this year. He's 29 years old. He has been underwhelming at times. And I'd actually like to add to what Mike was saying about what years he's been underwhelming. His 3rd year, he was also really bad. It was in the later games, the last 5 games in garbage time when they were just giving him the rock constantly. But regardless, I mean, that was so many years ago.
Yeah, and they were a bad team when they first got him. They weren't the same Cincinnati.
Can I tell you something? You can't take garbage yards away. Aaron Rodgers had plenty of them. Okay, and every quarterback, every running back has. That don't matter.
Go look at his 2019 stats from week 1 to week 10 or 11. It's bad. It's really bad.
Okay,
I will promise you.
You can't judge a running back on one fucking year, man. You just can't.
Well, yeah, but but the end game was there. The numbers ended up being there, and yeah, he probably. But that's a combination too to how bad. I mean, the Bengals were not a real good team. I mean, you had when he first got there, maybe AJ Green was still there, but well on his way out.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
They were not. There was no Joe Burrow or Jamar Chases when he got drafted by Cincinnati. So yeah, there was some bad games for the Bengals in general because it was the Bengals, right? I mean, shit. Right.
I need to shift gears here real quick.
Okay.
Please. We've talked enough about Joe Mixon.
This is important to me. I'm just asking for opinions here right now, okay?
Okay.
The Minnesota Wild come to St. Louis tonight to play the Blues, all right? Jordan Bennington is 1 win away from the all-time Blues record for wins by Mike Liute, who happens to be Jordan Bennington's agent. Okay? He's back home in St. Louis. He won the other day in Boston where he won the cup, right? That's where he won the Stanley Cup. Now he's coming back home with an opportunity to get the record. Would you guys ride with me at the Blues money line at plus 140?
I mean, it's tempting. It really is.
That's my angle for tonight. Thoughts?
Well, they got 2 games in a row at home. Here's the only worry is they've got 2 in a row at home. There's a day off. They've got San Jose on deck at home. Minnesota's a really good team. Maybe tonight's not the night he gets it. Maybe he gets it at home against San Jose. That's the only worry there.
Okay. Justin, any thoughts yet?
I don't know. Yeah, well, maybe
you don't like my angle?
I'd throw some house money on you. With a tail, but
okay.
I would go heavy on it, I don't think.
Oh no, I mean,
it's
heavy.
It's not terrible. It just worries me that, Minnesota being a really good team anyway, even if they don't, if they were going on the road after this game, I think maybe I would be very heavily in favor of it because then, hey, do it in front of the home crowd. Maybe he plays out of his mind. But they got a home game after this, and it's against San Jose. They have a day off, so it's not a back-to-back. He's probably going to play against San Jose, and that's probably the one he gets it, against the Sharks.
That's what you think, right? Okay. All right.
Here's
the only other reason that I like this play. I forgot to tell you this.
Okay.
Jordan Bennington plays very, very well against Minnesota.
Minnesota. Yeah, well,
okay.
there is.
That's the other angle that I have.
Yeah, that's fair, and probably a sprinkle. I would ride a sprinkle on this.
Okay, that's what house money.
Yeah, I would ride with that. Not a full unit or a hammer. No.
So then I'm going to ask you both: are you going to ride it with me or not?
Yeah, I'll ride it.
All right,
I'll go ahead and tail it.
Let's see what happens.
I'll put a little sprinkle on it because it's not out of the realm of possibility. I mean, they've only had 3 losses in regulation, 3 in overtime, so it's not like they're unbeatable. You're at home, division rival you're familiar with. You've played well against them. If you're Bennington, absolutely, I'd ride it for that aspect.
Okay. Now let's go to our parlay that we put together last week.
Yeah, how did we do?
Oh, it hit. That hit. That last one hit.
No. Wrong parlay. The 14-leg parlay.
Oh, that one. I was going to say our 3-legger Friday.
Yeah, it hit.
It hit.
Yes.
Matter of fact, Miami. Justin had Miami on the spread. They won outright. Yeah. So, yeah,
that little 3-legger we put together hit on Friday. So
nice.
That was a banger too, dude.
Yeah,
I had a plus 150 play in that with Washington, and they won 5-2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, speaking of Washington, Ovechkin's week to week. He's out.
I saw that.
Lower body injury. Hate to hear that.
Yeah, he's been on a tear.
Yeah, I know he has. That's probably going to screw him up a little bit. Anyway, we lost 6 games. I think that's the most losses that we've had since we've been doing this, and we do this tomorrow night when we pick all the games for the week. The other parlay, it was the ones that we had to do a coin flip with. We only had 4 teams in it. Well, it lost 2 because the Bengals didn't win.
Oh, man. McPherson, he screwed that parlay up.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I got a question for you, Mike. Justin and I were talking yesterday. Do you think that J.K. Dobbins should have went down and not went into the end zone?
Yes, and the reason why I understand looking at it like, oh shit, their kicker. But McPherson's been doing that most of the season. Like, you've got an excellent kicker on your side, right? Like, I get it. Like, we just watched their kicker miss 2 field goals, but those were a little longer. If he goes down, I mean, it's a chip shot for Dicker. I mean, and
well, yeah, I know it is, but
think
can happen.
I know, I get. You've seen, you saw Green Bay, Kansas City blocking field goals to win games.
Yeah.
But if you're the Chargers, you've got one of the best kickers in the game for sure.
Okay,
Dicker's one of the best kickers, and
Dicker,
when's the last time your special teams has been pretty good? You're probably not getting that blocked. You got some beefy linemen. Your linemen are pretty. I didn't get
okay.
blocked.
Well, you agree with Justin. I didn't think it was a big deal that he went in. They would have had to go down and score a touchdown.
I know, but you're really pissed if they do score there and they go.
Well, sure, I would be, but
you lose.
But they didn't.
I get it, but
it's a moot point. Now, when is the last time that Justin, I'm going to ask you this first. When was the last time that you could say that the Chargers have good special teams? I mean, their special teams have been terrible for years, but this is a pretty solid unit, Justin.
Well, I don't really know because I don't really pay attention to special teams. I've only seen a team lose in the playoffs by special teams. Obviously there's been more than once, but
Chargers have done it, missed field goals.
Yep.
Well, that's true.
They've done it a couple of times, missed field goals.
You got to count those.
That's special teams.
I think in special teams, it blow your mind how many times the team that wins does have the better special teams.
Well, how many teams, though, can you say, like, oh, we would have won a Super Bowl if we had better special teams or something like that?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
New England won when they won their first Super Bowl with Brady. Vinatieri kicked a field goal in the snow that was really tough to do. He kicked, what do you have, 3 of their Super Bowls decided by Vinatieri kicks?
Yes.
That's whether or not it cost you the game, you could make the it didn't cost us the game, but what if it wins you the game? That counts.
What if you got a punter that, pins you inside the 5-yard line?
The Chargers did that in a playoff game against the Colts. Their punter continued to pin Indianapolis inside their own 5-10-yard line like crazy. And Manning had a rough game against the Chargers. Chargers won the game. A lot of people claimed that the punter was the reason. Oh, by the way, punt return to win the game was Darren Sproles on a punt return. So, yeah, special teams can be a factor, I think, for sure. For sure.
Didn't Desmond Howard win an MVP in a Super Bowl? Wasn't he playing? Didn't the Packers beat the Patriots when Pete Carroll was coaching the Patriots?
Back in the 90s, but I don't know who won MVP.
It was Desmond Howard.
You sure it was Howard? Wasn't Andre Rison?
Maybe it was whoever returned kicks.
I thought Rison did too, but maybe
No.
I don't know. I don't remember. That's going too far back, but yeah, special teams are definitely important. I mean, you got a kicker. When you've got a kicker that
yes, 1997
can deliver.
1997.
1997. Desmond Howard.
Desmond Howard, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Won the Super Bowl.
Well, and I mean, you're never going to get a lot of times you're not going to give the MVP to a kicker or anything like that, but
that's the
there's
only
no
guy
doubt New England.
That's the only special teams player to ever win that award, by the way.
Yeah. But New England's got 3 Super Bowls they can thank Adam Vinatieri for. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. I mean, absolutely.
No 2 ways about it. I mean, when you got a guy that can deliver the kick, the big kick, I mean, yeah, that's nice to have going for you.
Here we go. I got another question for you. Justin, I'm going to go to you first again. What is the greatest kick that Adam Vinatieri ever had in his career?
I don't know, like this Super Bowl against the Rams, was it, or the Panthers?
In that year, but not in the Super Bowl. Where did they play and what were the conditions? Don't you remember?
Yeah, I said that against Oakland.
Yeah,
when they were in Oakland, the Raiders in the snow. The tuck rule game.
Yes.
Tuck rule, yeah.
Yes. The kick in the snow to tie it and send it to overtime was one thing. That was the greatest kick right there. But then he kicks another kick in the snow to win the damn game.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Patriots
never get there without that.
Kicks the one Justin's talking about, the 48 yarder against the Rams. Right. And I know you think, well, that's not, 48 yards is a long field goal when the game's on the line.
That's right.
How many times when you're the team, if you're a fan of the team kicking the game-winning field goal, you're not like, oh, dude, he's got this in the bag. It's a 48 yarder. He's going to nail this easy. No, you're thinking, damn it, I'd rather it have been a 40 yarder or a 30. You know what I mean? Like every yard matters when the kick is on, when the game's on the line, it becomes a big thing. And in that Super Bowl, there was no bigger kick than Adam Vinatieri's, and he drilled it. I mean, it wasn't even a doubt.
That's true. Hey, let's put a parlay together. Let's do something here. We're talking a lot of stuff here. And you know what? Good conversations. Still waiting to hear that I was wrong part.
Oh, my God. I give it to you, Bob.
Guys, we got college basketball tonight. We've got NBA tonight. We've got college football tonight. We've got NHL. We can put a 3-leg parlay together in any of those leagues. Tell me what league we're going to first and what team you're picking. I will start the festivities. Are you ready? I am going to college football, and I am going to take Western Michigan on the money line. Oh, yeah. It's a minus 200 one. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm playing safe here.
Yeah, because college football is a tough game to pick.
Oh, yeah.
Fundamentally speaking.
Yes, you're absolutely 100% right. Did you hear that, Justin?
Oh, my God. That's going to be your new word to spam.
That's right.
Like overrated.
Who's next?
I've got one. If you're ready for me, I can go ahead and.
What league?
I'm going to go to the NHL, and we're going to back this team that coming off of a terrible shutout loss to Montreal. I know it's on the road, but I'm going with the Oilers on the money line.
Okay.
Getting them at pretty good value here on the money line.
Oilers made a big move today, you know.
I did not see that.
They picked up Kasperi Kapanen that
the
Blues
God.
Just cut.
Gosh. Yeah, I'm not sure that does them any
good. Yeah, me neither. All right, we're up to plus 180 something, somewhere around there. All right, Justin, you're going to the NBA. I already know it.
Yes. I'm deciding between two. I'm deciding.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Actually, yeah, no, I know which one I want now. It's to give me Denver to cover the spread.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you're going to take Denver on the money line. And by the way, is Jokic playing tonight?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think if he was, they would have been favored. But.
Okay, because 49.5 and 50.5 is what his PRA was down to today. All right, let's hit that. And since we've got one pick from each sport, you think we ought to throw a college basketball one into this and just make it a little nicer?
No, I say we stick to the formula that got us our last win, which was multi-sport, 3 picks, roll with it.
Okay.
Dustin went to the NBA. I went to the NHL. I don't remember what you had in
college football, Western Michigan.
Okay, so there you go. We're in the run it
So
back.
plus 443, you can get it for plus 469 if you've got Bet Online, folks.
Yep.
So that's pretty good. That's a Stevie B parlay, man. We got to put those together every time that we come in here. All right, Mike, you got anything else or?
Nothing, man. Got nothing. Let's try to make some money tonight, and see what happens.
Okay. Wow, those were
there's not a lot out. I mean, NHL's
words of wisdom there.
It's just not a crazy slate for me, man. Tonight, there's only 6 NBA games. There's several NHL games, but set.
Okay.
I don't know. This seems like
you're just wanting to get the hell out of here, ain't you?
No.
You're tired of talking to me and Justin. I know.
Wow.
Let's go Blues!
He's tired of the Joe Mixon talk. That's what he's tired of.
Blues!
You need Joe Mixon to suit up for the Blues tonight, Bobby.
I need to be at that arena tonight, baby.
Otherwise,
that's where I need to be. All right. See you tomorrow night, folks. We're going to be picking all the games. You better be here.
Yes.